Welcome to a story where charm meets compact living, where old-world warmth is wrapped in a tiny but mighty modern shell. Today, we invite you into a farmhouse tiny house with a vintage soul. This isn't just a house tour, it's a celebration of rustic character, thoughtful craftsmanship, and timeless design, all thoughtfully compressed into under 400 square feet. Whether you're a tiny house enthusiast, a lover of farmhouse aesthetics, or simply curious about how vintage style can thrive in a small space, you're in for a heartwarming journey. Let's explore the past and the present, all in one remarkable little home. The first impression is everything, and this farmhouse tiny house knows how to greet you. Clad in crisp white shiplap siding with barnwood accents and black-trimmed windows, the exterior exudes vintage countryside vibes. A pitched metal roof offers durability and that iconic farmhouse silhouette. Lantern-style sconces flank a reclaimed wooden door, inviting you to step inside. The front porch, with its rocking chair and rustic flower boxes, is the perfect place to sip sweet tea and watch the world go by. This tiny house may be compact, but its exterior charm speaks volumes about the warmth and nostalgia waiting inside. Built on a 28-foot trailer, this tiny house balances mobility with sturdy permanence. Whether nestled in a meadow or parked near a mountain view, the house feels grounded and enduring. The foundation is reinforced for stability, but every inch of its 350 square feet has been optimized for everyday living. Designed with a 13.5-foot peak height, the space allows for lofted sleeping areas without feeling cramped. The structure is not just a vehicle for shelter, it's a crafted homage to classic farmhouse values, simplicity, strength, and enduring quality. Step inside, and you're greeted by a living room that feels like stepping back in time, without sacrificing comfort. The space is anchored by a cozy tufted settee in faded linen, flanked by antique side tables and a handwoven jute rug. A repurposed steamer trunk serves as a coffee table and storage space. Above, an aged wood beam runs across the ceiling, a centerpiece that instantly adds soul. Subtle lighting from Edison bulb sconces casts a golden glow, turning this compact living area into a nostalgic retreat. It's the kind of space that encourages storytelling, reading, or simply enjoying a slower pace. What gives this home its soul isn't just the layout, it's the materials chosen with intention. The floors are made from reclaimed oak, sourced from a 100-year-old barn. Walls are finished in white shiplap with occasional exposed brick accents salvaged from a turn-of-the-century farmhouse. From the doorknobs to the ceiling fans, every detail tells a story. Even the staircase is made from hand-sanded, repurposed wood, each step a small chapter of rustic history. These materials don't just serve functional purposes, they connect past to present, offering continuity in an ever-changing world. In the heart of the home lies a kitchen that embodies both function and farmhouse flavor. Despite its size, this kitchen is a full culinary workspace. The counters are made from butcher block, sealed with beeswax for a warm, matte finish. Open shelving made from distressed wood displays vintage enamelware and glass jars filled with dried herbs and pantry staples. A deep farmhouse sink, complete with an apron front, sits under a window offering idyllic views. The vintage-style range and retro fridge bring old-fashioned charm while ensuring modern efficiency. The kitchen is layered with antique elements that breathe life into the space. A hanging pot rack made from an old iron gate dangles copper pans like museum pieces. A salvaged church pew offers banquette seating next to a small drop-leaf table, creating a quaint breakfast nook. Above the table, a converted oil lamp serves as a light fixture, diffusing a soft amber glow. From the antique spice rack to the mason jar storage system, every inch of this kitchen is infused with thoughtful, period-appropriate touches that make cooking feel like a heritage experience. Just off the kitchen is a cleverly disguised pantry behind what appears to be a vintage armoire door. Inside, the pantry is fully shelved from floor to ceiling, offering plenty of storage space for dry goods, kitchen tools, and even small appliances. The rustic shelving features antique brackets and crates, and LED strip lighting activates automatically when the door opens. Despite its hidden nature, this pantry exemplifies one of the tiny house's greatest strengths: efficient storage without sacrificing aesthetic cohesion. The dining area, though modest in size, is brimming with character. A reclaimed oak pedestal table sits beside a pair of mismatched vintage chairs, creating an intentionally unpolished look that feels real and inviting. The walls are decorated with botanical prints and an old farmhouse clock that ticks with a gentle, rhythmic pace. It's a space that invites slow breakfasts and candlelit dinners alike. A nearby window with lace curtains lets in natural light and birdsong, completing the timeless, countryside ambience. The staircase leading to the loft is as functional as it is beautiful. Built from reclaimed pine boards, each step includes built-in drawers or cubbies, offering smart storage solutions without clutter. An antique baluster railing, painted in a distressed white finish, adds both safety and a touch of elegance. The stairs are illuminated by a wrought iron wall sconce, casting gentle shadows that enhance the cozy atmosphere. Here, practicality blends effortlessly with poetic design, turning something as ordinary as a staircase into a work of art. At the top of the stairs, the sleeping loft reveals itself as a dreamy nook of serenity. A full-sized bed dressed in hand-stitched quilts and linen pillows sits atop a vintage iron frame. Overhead, fairy lights are strung along exposed rafters, creating a magical glow at night. A small bedside shelf holds a stack of classic novels, and a vintage alarm clock completes the scene. A skylight directly above the bed offers nighttime stargazing and early morning sunlight, making this loft feel like a personal hideaway in the clouds. Opposite the main loft lies a smaller loft accessible by a removable ladder. While some might use this space for storage, here it's been transformed into a reading nook or guest loft. Piled high with cushions, throws, and antique trunks, it's the perfect place to nap, read, or host a visiting friend. A round, stained glass window casts colorful light across the wood-paneled walls, giving the space a whimsical, almost storybook appeal. It's another example of how this home transforms every corner into a living experience. The bathroom is a surprising gem, full of vintage grace packed into a tiny footprint. A clawfoot tub, painted in sage green, stands proudly in the corner beneath an old-fashioned rain shower head. The walls are adorned with beadboard paneling and small floral wallpaper accents. A pedestal sink with porcelain cross-handled faucet sits beneath a repurposed window mirror, while a vintage medicine cabinet holds everyday essentials. The mix of utility and elegance creates a spa-like experience that feels both luxurious and down-to-earth. Tucked behind a sliding barn door is a small yet efficient laundry area. A combo washer-dryer unit fits snugly beneath built-in shelving made from vintage crates. Above, a metal drying rack pulls down from the ceiling, reminiscent of turn-of-the-century English cottages. Linen laundry bags hang from cast iron hooks, and an antique washboard serves as wall decor. Even the laundry space carries the vintage narrative, showing that beauty and functionality can go hand in hand, even in the most practical corners of the home. Lighting is everything in a space like this, and here, it's done with intention. Throughout the home, you'll find a collection of vintage-inspired fixtures, filament bulbs, lantern sconces, and even repurposed chandeliers. All lights use warm hues, enhancing the aged ambience. Candles in mason jars and old lanterns also dot the space, offering additional options for mood lighting. This curated lighting scheme creates a cozy, enveloping atmosphere that encourages relaxation and reflection, making the home feel lived in and loved. Texture plays a vital role in the visual and tactile story of this home. Woven rugs, burlap curtains, crocheted throws, and linen bedding add warmth and depth. The contrast of soft fabrics with rugged wood creates a balanced environment, neither too polished nor too raw. Each fabric has been chosen to evoke comfort and age. The result is a home that feels deeply human, as though generations have passed through it, leaving their comfort and care in every thread. In a tiny house, storage must be both strategic and seamless. This home excels in that department. Hidden drawers under the couch, toe-kick storage in the kitchen, and false-bottomed cabinets offer ample space to stash necessities. Even the window seats lift to reveal compartments inside. But it's not just about quantity, it's about character. Vintage trunks, baskets, and antique crates serve as both decor and storage, continuing the farmhouse narrative while solving modern needs. While the home embraces a vintage soul, it doesn't ignore the importance of sustainability. Solar panels power essentials, a rainwater catchment system assists with non-potable water use, and insulation made from recycled materials keeps the house comfortable year-round. These modern touches are subtly integrated, never detracting from the old-world charm. It's a harmonious blend, one that allows for both eco-conscious living and romantic, nostalgic comfort. Step outside again and find a wraparound deck with aged timber railings and rocking chairs. A small herb garden, housed in repurposed washtubs, sits beside a vintage watering can. Twinkling string lights hang between trees, creating an enchanting evening setting. A handmade wooden swing hangs from an old oak branch, and a nearby fire pit offers space for outdoor gatherings. The outdoor space mirrors the inside, warm, welcoming, and whispering tales of a simpler time. Life in this farmhouse tiny house is intentionally slow and soulful. Morning routines include coffee on the porch, tending to herbs, or baking bread in the compact kitchen. Evenings are for book reading, journaling, or enjoying a quiet fire under the stars. Every aspect of daily life becomes ritualistic, a departure from the fast pace of modern living. It's a reminder that small spaces can lead to richer experiences, and that design rooted in heritage fosters mindful living. Believe it or not, this tiny home entertains quite well. The dining area expands with a leaf insert, and stools can be pulled up to the counter for casual meals. In good weather, the outdoor area becomes the heart of socializing, from garden parties to rustic cookouts. Guests are enchanted by the home's character, and there's always a story to tell about each antique piece. Hosting here isn't just about space, it's about the experience of stepping into a different time. The creators of this tiny farmhouse were inspired by their grandparents' cottage, aiming to blend nostalgia with contemporary needs. Each design choice pays homage to memories of wood-burning stoves, hand-washed laundry, and summer evenings by oil lamps. But they also embraced the realities of today: storage, efficiency, and comfort. The result is a deeply personal space that resonates with visitors on an emotional level. It's more than aesthetic, it's a legacy preserved in walls and windows. This home is perfect for those who yearn for connection, to nature, to the past, and to a quieter way of life. Whether it's a couple retiring into simplicity, a single creative seeking solitude, or a family embracing minimalism with flair, this house provides more than shelter, it provides soul. It's for anyone who finds beauty in imperfections and history in patina, and who believes that sometimes, the smallest spaces hold the biggest hearts. As we close the door on this tour, one thing is clear: this farmhouse tiny house with a vintage soul is more than just a design statement, it's a lifestyle, a philosophy, and a deeply felt expression of home. It proves that downsizing doesn't mean downgrading and that style can be as eternal as it is endearing. Whether you're dreaming of building your own tiny retreat or simply drawing inspiration, may this home remind you that beauty lies in the blend of past and present. Small space, giant heart, this is vintage living at its finest.